There are places where silence screams, where the past doesn't breathe, yet you can feel it. This story comes from a village that doesn't appear on maps anymore. But once upon a time, the church bell there echoed for miles. In the northern English countryside, hidden among the trees, there stood a church, St. Elora's Parish. Behind it, a small cemetery, 57 tiny graves, each one belonging to a child. But not a single grave mentioned a mother or a father. No family names. Only one line carved onto every headstone: returned to silence. Over and over, like someone deliberately erased who these children were. In the year 1901, the government was laying railway lines through the area. Construction workers found a sealed room beneath the church foundation. It was bricked shut, no doors, no windows. When they opened it, they discovered candles, tattered children's clothes, and remnants of old toys. On the wall, a single phrase was written in what looked like dried blood. "It wasn't my will." 1 week later, the church's priest, Father William Corden, was found hanging from the very bell rope that once called villagers to prayer. Beside him, a note: "I only preserved the silence, but now it wants to speak." The note was locked in church records. The story? It got 2 columns in the local paper. And then silence. But today, 122 years later, we've opened the records time tried to bury. And what we've found wasn't just tragic. It was an open wound in the soul of humanity. Cut to archival footage, scanned handwritten pages, slow zoom on maps. We found the church registry, school admissions, and Father Corden's personal diary. The same 57 names appeared in the village school records. Enrollment year, 1899. Last attendance, March 1900. Then, they disappeared. No transfer notes. No death certificates. Nothing. Yet that same year, the church's private donations tripled. One letter from the church treasurer reads, "Father Corden will begin the rite. Parents have been sworn to silence. Their silence is now their faith." At the bottom of the letter, one Latin phrase, "Noli loci, fide tessera." Do not speak. Let faith be silent. We also found a hand-drawn map, 3 chambers beneath the church. But today, only one exists. What happened to the other 2? Were they destroyed? Or were they never meant to be found? An old man from the village spoke to us. "When I was a boy, we heard crying from the church at night. Then the children were gone." In Corden's diary, one line chilled us to the bone. "I was only meant to serve faith, but that night, I became something else." 1 day later, he hanged himself. The church bell rang once more that day, then never again. We conducted a ground scan of the cemetery. Many graves were empty. Some held only shreds of clothing, others shattered bones. Were these graves just for show? Then where are the actual bodies? Below the church, we found strange symbols. One appeared repeatedly. 2 hands held in front of a mouth, a gesture of silence. Not Christian, not Catholic. It appeared to be from a forgotten cult, the ritual of silence. Today, the church is a ruin, walls crumbling, windows shattered, but one room still stands. When we shined a light into it, we saw one final message scrawled on the far wall: "The truth you seek is buried inside you." This story isn't just about children. It's about the kind of world that chooses to stay silent. Father Corden wrote, "God was watching, and we said nothing." This isn't just a story. It's a mirror, one that dares you to look if you're brave enough. And maybe that's the true fear, that if we look too closely, we may never stay silent again. Music fades. Ambient silence. Sometimes silence is the loudest scream, and we are here to give it a voice. Movie camera, if you believe that hidden truths deserve to be heard. Share this video. Subscribe to Secrets Beneath Silence, where every week we shatter a silence that was never meant to last, because we won't let the past be buried. Don't listen to silence. Let it speak.